Arctic Monkeys have made their triumphant return with their new song, Opening Night. Is it a return to form for the band and a return to the glory days of the AM era? Let's find out. Hey everybody, it's Nick here with you. Welcome back to the channel. So, Arctic Monkeys are back and have just released their first new music in 4 years in the form of the new track, Opening Night, from the upcoming Warchild charity record, Help 2. And this new compilation is a sequel of sorts to the original Help charity album, which came out back in 1995. I remember it well. It had a lot of great bands on it, including Oasis, Manic Street Preachers, Blur, Stone Roses, and much more. This new compilation sees Arctic Monkeys leading off the track list alongside tracks from Damon Albarn, The Last Dinner Party, Depeche Mode, Pulp, and many more. Now, I'm a big Arctic Monkeys fan, but I wouldn't say that I was a huge fan of their last two records, The Car and Tranquility Base Hotel and Casino. As we all know, the band did a huge musical 180 after the release and the massive success of their album AM, which came out in 2013, and they became the modern equivalent of a hotel lounge band musically, which is totally cool. I get a lot of fans really enjoyed those last two records. I gave them both solid listens and solid chances, but it was really hard for me to get into the new sound that the Arctic Monkeys were going for, and I was really taken aback by their sonic shift after AM. It felt like kind of like Radiohead after the success of OK Computer. It's just a complete rejection of the sound that a lot of fans most resonated with. So I'm ready and willing to hop onto the Arctic Monkeys train once again, and with fans clamoring for any new music over the last couple of years, this new track, Opening Night, is highly anticipated, and you know what? I feel like I might be hopping back on the Arctic Monkeys train. This song sounds like an amalgamation of all the different sonic changes that we've gotten from the Arctic Monkeys over the years. Maybe not so much those first two records, but definitely everything from Humbug to Suck It and See to AM to Tranquility Base to The Car. It feels like an amalgamation of all those different sides of the band. It has a haunting guitar line to kick off the track, but then moves into Alex Turner's signature vocals. The verses definitely still have that same cadence and tone that he did in the last two records, but to more of a standard old school Arctic Monkeys groove. And lyrically, everything is very Alex Turner. He still got it when it comes to his lyrical acumen. The thing that really grabbed me was the chorus. I love the harmonies, and it just felt a lot more melodic and accessible than the stuff that we've gotten from the band over the last couple of records. And it's just much more accessible and catchy than the stuff that we heard on Tranquility Base and The Car. Now, in terms of the production of the song, I thought the production was really good, especially for a one-off track that's not necessarily part of some album sessions that the band is doing. I thought the production sounded really good. Alex Turner's vocals sound really clear, even through my speakers and through my headphones, and a sonic experience was had when I was listening to this song. The production sounds great. The band sounds great. They're not necessarily doing anything crazy like a lot of fast riffs and drums or something like they used to do way back 20 years ago, like when the debut record came out, but that's not really where the Arctic Monkeys are at these days, and that's totally cool. I'm just happy that they laid off a little bit of that lounge band kind of style that they did in the last two records and really just let the song flow a little bit more. It's kind of hard to sing along with those songs on Tranquility Base and The Car, and I actually found myself singing along with Opening Night, so that was really cool for me. I think this bodes very well for an eventual new album whenever we get it. It shows that the band isn't averse to doing something more familiar. I get why Alex Turner changed musical direction after AM was so massive and the pressure to follow up that record was huge, but that's over a decade old, and the band is in a new era where they can do whatever they want to musically. And drummer Matt Helders of the Arctic Monkeys did an interview with The NME talking about this new track, Opening Night, and what this means for the future of the band. He didn't really reveal too much, but he said that this one was just an itch to do something together again as a band, and there's always going to be that talk about what does this mean for the Arctic Monkeys, what does this mean for the band, but they didn't want to really think that far ahead. He said, we want it to just be for these people and for this one-off song for the Warchild Help 2 album, which is very admirable, very honorable, and a very cool thing for them to do for the Warchild charity, but fingers crossed we get more new music from Arctic Monkeys in 2026. So I really dig this new track, Opening Night. I want to say that it's a return to form for the band, but I know a lot of fans really loved those last two records, so no return to form is really necessary for the Arctic Monkeys, but this is the first track in a very long time from the Arctic Monkeys that I really enjoyed, so this one is a win for me. And it's a good good time to release new music for this band because this past Friday, January the 23rd, was the 20th anniversary of the Arctic Monkeys' debut album, Whatever People Say I Am. That's What I'm Not. It's hard to believe that it's been that long. The band has obviously changed their sound a lot since that first record, but that album, if you remember, or maybe you were too young to remember, but that album was huge when it came out, and it's still a great debut record. I have to admit that I wasn't a huge fan of the Arctic Monkeys at the time, though. I didn't really love that debut record when it came out, and I actually saw the Arctic Monkeys live in March of 2006, opening up for Oasis at the Air Canada Centre in Toronto in March of 2006. That was 20 years ago. It's hard to believe. I wish I had liked them more at that time because I feel I would have enjoyed their opening set, but it's not lost on me how cool it was to see Oasis play with the Arctic Monkeys opening. That was a pretty crazy bill. But now I'm going to turn it over to you guys. What do you think of this new track from the Arctic Monkeys opening night? Do you think, like me, that it's a return to form and kind of the glory days of the AM album? It's more accessible, it's more catchy, and just a little bit more enjoyable than their last two records for me, but I know other people out there might have a different opinion, so hop into the comments below. Let me know what you thought of this new song, not a new record. Hopefully that's coming sometime this year. A new song from the Arctic Monkeys opening night. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure to like this video. I'd really appreciate that. Toss me a thumbs up. Make sure to smash the subscribe button so you don't miss out on future videos. And I'll see you guys again for another video here on the channel. Until then, rock on, everybody.